Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Not Worth the Time. We're here. We're doing it. We're here to update the world, to nothing. To update the world about mediocrity. To update you on the same mundane crap that flows into my brain every 2 weeks. That's just what we're here to do. We're here to fill time and act like we're being productive. to pretend, playing pretend radio. Here we are. Yes. Welcome back to Not Worth the Time, you guys. Boy, howdy, I hope you've had a good couple of weeks. I hope everything's going well. Hope you're going through some good times. Hoping good times noodle salad for you, okay? Hoping that you're just having a ball and a joy. It's time. Just trying to make the best out every day. I hope you're doing that. Okay, now that's out of the way. Let's get into what's been going on this week. What has been going on, man? Man, I tried to do a nice thing. Me and my girlfriend work from home some days. And sometimes it lines up. Friday, we both were working from home. So I invite her to come over to my place to work while I work. And we just kind of hang out. It's a good way to spend the day. You're like, wait, how can you hang out while you're both supposed to be working? Oh, I don't know. I don't know how I do that. I don't know how we sit there and actually do work, when we're working from home. It's so not easy to be distracted from your work at home. Most of the time when I'm working from home, I'm just so diligent. I'm never spacing off and fucking around. I'm definitely never baking brownies because I'm bored. I didn't start a new pie recipe because I was bored at work. I'm too engaged with my work. So working from home, you're like, wow, what a waste, Wade. Why would she even come over and hang out? I mean, you can't even hang out because you're both being good employees. Yeah, you're right. But she still came over. She still came over. And, we found time in between our state mandatory breaks. You get 15 minutes plus a half-hour lunch plus another 15 minutes in the afternoon. Those are state requirements. So we can hang out in those times. We get a full hour where we got to hang out throughout the day on Friday. Then once we clocked off, we can hang out all weekend. That's how it goes. It's how it goes. Anyway, she comes over, and she's working in the living room. I have my office set up. And she asked me, she's like, why is it so hot in here? Like, I don't have the AC on. She goes, what? How do you not have the AC on? Now, this is the week before the massive heat wave that hit every single state in our great nation at once. Every state, all 50. Not just the continental. The fucking whole United States was like, damn, it's hot. Just our state, too. Just the United States, by the way. None of the other countries felt it. They were totally fine. They weren't all on a heat wave. Just us. Only the United States suffered during that heat wave. And so, but this is before that. But I don't have the AC on because I'm like, it's whatever. And I haven't been here much. Whatever. And she goes, can we just turn it on, please? It's so hot in here. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So I turn it down to like 69. She agrees to that temperature. She's like, okay, cool. I'm like, sweet. Consent on the 69. And we'll go back to working. And I don't think anything of it. I'm in the back room just doing my thing. And I come out to start getting ready for our lunch break. Because we have our 30 minutes. Just the longest break we'll have together to hang out, So I start getting ready to come out for lunch break. And I come out. And she's sitting on the couch in the living room with a blanket on. Hey, I wanted to set the temperature to the most optimal temperature for you, where you would just be comfortable and not need other accessories. That was the point of me asking what temperature you wanted at. And you're the one who said, I said 70, 71. And you went, no, it's got to be 69. It's got to be in the 60s. And then she turns and tells me, well, yeah, I wanted to use a blanket. So we're just using electricity, cooling the house down super low so she can use a blanket. Honestly, I respect it. If I could, and if I could afford it, if I just didn't give a shit about having a super high electric bill, I would have this place cooled to like 58. Just fucking right there. And then I could wear sweatpants and hoodies all year round inside my place. That's what I want to do, but it's irresponsible fiscally and just energy wise, okay? It's a good thing I didn't. Imagine what could have happened to the electrical grid during that heat wave if I had been trying to keep my place at 58 degrees. I might have caused a blackout, you guys. The whole power plant might have surged just because I wanted to be inside of an ice box and wear a hoodie. The thing I was saying that would be if I was wearing 106 degrees out. I'm running an air conditioner, a wall unit, by the way. It's not central. Central maybe could keep up with that power for a little bit. It's better regulated. It's more regimented. I don't know why I'm trying to give the central air really awesome personality traits, but I feel like it could handle more. It's got its shit together. It probably shouldn't do a full week of trying to keep it cool like that, but it could handle 58. Central air could, man. Central air can handle a lot. Not these wall units, man. Not these wall. Yeah, and I got a decent sized one. It's a big one. It's like one of those ones you have in a hotel room, but it's not gonna keep up. It's just not. It can't do that. It's gonna give it everything she's got, Captain, and then just crash and burn into the fucking abyss because I wanted it at 58 degrees. Imagine that thing kicks the bucket, which it would. I would give it 2.5 days max. Maybe it pulls a Hanukkah somehow and gets me all the way through that heat wave, but I doubt it. Okay, I'm not Jewish, so I don't think the gods are gonna. Or the God is going to shine down on me, okay? God, I'm not one of the chosen people, so that air conditioner is going out, okay? I can't do it. So I'm not going to have a miracle. It's just going to be hot. And it's going to break down in the middle of the night when I don't realize it, and I'm sleeping in a hoodie and sweatpants, and then I wake up and my place is 108 with humidity inside somehow. And I'm just in a sauna. I look like I just got done running the Rocky steps. In my sweatsuits, hitting higher, just sweating my dick off, and I walk outside in 108-degree heat, wondering what's going on in sweats, and then I just die of heat stroke. That's what would happen if I had my way with the air conditioner. So I respect her chase to do that, but man, just tell me that's what you want to do up the top, That's all I wanted, some proper communication. I do respect it, though. I respect the game. Who doesn't like lounging around with a nice blanket, and you can't do that when it's hot, You ever do that next time? Just sit in your underwear on a couch and put a blanket on you when it's hot, when it's above 70 in your place, when it's like 75, 77. It's uncomfortable. I don't understand how people sleep at night in a hot room with blankets on them. I get hot. You have to do the one-legged out thing. It's weird. I hate having the one leg out, but I got to get cool somehow. It doesn't make sense to do it that way. I don't know. Anyway, I have no idea what I rambled on for about there, but we did it. We talked about it. We talked about how the air conditioner wall units aren't. This has been a giant commercial for Central Air. Central Air, get yourself some. Do you live in an apartment complex that offers Central Air? Well, you should probably find one that does, because it's worth it. It's better than these wall units. Can't even get it cool in the back room, Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. That's not the dumbest thing. It is what it is. We got it cooled in here. Everything's going well. We're all cool. That's what's important. Is we're all cool and nobody's having a bad time. Nobody's having a bad time. With that being said, maybe you are getting a little anxious out there, huh? Got some bad habits maybe you need to get taken care of. Have some bad habits that just flare up when you're feeling a little on edge and stuff like that. Well, there might be some new research to help you with this fidgetiness. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's thing I found, which we actually have a video portion of it too. So we're going to watch the video and talk about that, and then we'll read the article. We'll see if it's the same. I have no idea yet. So we're going to hop into this. It's to stop nail biting, skin picking, and hair pulling. New research suggests simple techniques. I don't know if I'm just fidgety. I don't think I do any of that stuff um, out of nervousness or with anxiety. I've never bitten my nails. I'm a skin picker though, for sure. Like if I find like a scab or something, or just like a bump or whatever, I sit there and fucking mess with it the whole time. Yeah, if I find something, I'm just like, what is that? Huh? What is that? Can you pop it? Can you pop? It always turns into, can you pop it? Which it just turned into my own version of Dr. Pimple Popper, which is why I never want to watch that show. It is fucking disgusting what they pull out of people. It is gnarly, you know? And I've popped some like deep ones. I used to have really bad acne in high school, and it was like hard bumps underneath my face, and then I had to take like medication, and it didn't really get rid of them. It just moved to my back of my neck. But man, I used to get those like cystic acne where it was underneath, dude. Ugh. Luckily, it never had anything as bad as what you see on those Dr. Pimple Popper things, but not the funnest. But let's find out like what this new technique is.
There's some good news for people who can't stop biting their nails or picking at their skin.
There's a new study, and it suggests that a simple technique called habit replacement may help reduce these repetitive behaviors. Joining us now to talk about this is NBC News medical fellow Dr. Akshay Syal. Thanks for joining us. So,
Replacement. You're not gonna stop being a fidgety little motherfucker. You're gonna just replace it with something different. You're gonna stop biting your nails and looking gross like you're feeding off yourself, and you're just gonna replace it with something else like pen clicking, because that's an easy way. That's never annoyed anybody. You wouldn't with your fidgetiness. Nobody's ever been super annoyed by you just going click 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 click. I feel like I when I'm in meetings and stuff, I'll start drawing on like the legal pad I have and just like making marks. And it clearly looks like I'm not even trying to take notes. You can just see me just fucking being fidgety. And I think people think I'm not paying attention, but by me doing that, which is probably, who knows what the fuck this is. I'm not even going to try to diagnose myself. But I'm paying attention. I just have to do that, and I'll remember shit for some reason. Because I attach it to something. I almost associate whatever they're saying with whatever little thing I draw. And then later, even if I didn't actually take notes, if I look at that little drawing, I'm like, oh yeah, they were talking about this when I drew that. And I just associate memory. I'm just probably a thing, like associative memory or something like that. Who knows? But like, I'm sure a lot of people find it disrespectful when I'm in there doing that. Like that doesn't. Oh, hey, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, are you even paying attention to this thing? Yeah, no, I am. Well, how come you're writing nothing down? You've been drawing snails for 2 hours in this meeting. I like snails. Okay, this is the communication snail. This is the fourth quarter profit snail. This is the third quarter misapplied funds sale snail. All these snails represent everything you've talked about. Why'd you pick a snail? Because I've been talking real slow about it? No, the snails sounded fun to draw. They're easy. Just do a swirl. Yeah, so maybe I need to replace that with one of these things they're talking about. So let's find out what some of these replacements are.
how exactly does habit replacement work, and who might it actually help?
Hey, yeah, so I think what makes this really brilliant is how easy it is to do, actually. So, it's for people who are doing things like picking their nails or biting their skin.
By the way, this guy definitely has a filter on his camera. Like he's got some kind of weird shading around. Why is his face shaded like that? And then the rest of this is very dingy. It's like he's either on a green screen. He was like, I need to make it look like I live in a more rustic and nice environment, or he's got a filter on.
Skin or even biting their cheek. But in order to do this, what you want to do is you can actually just take your palm here. And every time you have an urge to bite your nails or do any of those compulsive behaviors, just do something like this. Just lightly stroke your palm. That's one way. Another way is you can go right here and take 2 fingers and tap it to your thumb. And another way, lastly, is if you have, a lot of arm hair like I do, you can kind of just stroke the arm hair gently.
Basically, you're going to give yourself a massage. You can give yourself a little fingertip massage. You can give yourself a little palm reading. That's what the feeling the palm, dude. That's just you reading your palm. You're like, yep, I've been in this situation before, and it is not going to work out. Just doing that when you're like getting pulled over by the cops instead of bite your nails. Oh, yeah, I need you to read my palm. Oh, yeah, I am going to jail. This is my 4th DUI. Shit. That's actually a pretty awesome way to stay within the conversation. Like I said, I'm just sitting there feeling my palm like, I'll predict what's happening. I can see into my future if I follow the right lines. I can pick the correct path of my career in a meeting. I don't know why everything I have to do is relating back to work today, but it's working. Okay, well, that's an interesting way to try to stop
But the key here, guys, is you don't want to put too much pressure, because if you do, you could scratch yourself and actually cause an infection. But anytime you have the urge to do one of those things like bite your nails, you want to try to do that instead. And so far, it seems to have really promising results, guys.
Sounds like the center of that is mindfulness, like a mindfulness presence technique.
I'm going to be open here. I used to bite my nails as a kid, really badly. So why do some people like me struggle with that more than other people do?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned as a kid, because most people who do this actually start out young as a child and continue into adulthood. But, Kate, some people do it because sometimes they get bored and they use nail biting as something to do to preoccupy them.
Yeah, my Instagram isn't working right now, so I'm just going to bite through my nails. That's all the phone has done, is replace these bad habits. But people are still probably doing them along with it. You're not even noticing you're doing it because you're just so distracted by your phone. Oh, boy. Has the iPhone caused people to become nailless? Studies have shown that the new iPhone and Samsung Galaxy phone have caused people to gnaw their fingernails completely off. They're all just sausage fingers now. You got to be mindful, though. Don't forget to be mindful. That's how you have to stop these habits. You have to be thinking clearly, being present, and that's how you can stop these. If you're living in the past or dwelling on the future, you will never be able to live in the present and stop biting your nails.
I mean, some people can get so overwhelmed with emotion, they actually use nail biting as a way to cope with that emotion. But we don't have an exact idea of what's going on in the brain, because if we did, there was a good chance to be a medication for it. But right now, we don't, while some people seem to do it for being bored or being overstimulated, we don't know what's causing it.
They don't know what's causing it. So let's get into the article now. That was a fun thing, but let's read a little bit more. Maybe there's some more in-depth stuff here. For people who can't stop biting their nails or picking at their skin, a new study suggests a simple technique could help. Body focus repetitive behavior. Body focus repetitive behavior. Constantly pulling or picking at your hair or skin, unable to stop yourself, or even if the behavior leads to scabs, scars, bald spots, affected about 5% of the people worldwide, according to the TLC Foundation for Body Focus Repetitive Behaviors. There's a whole organization about that. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. What is this? Okay. TLC Foundation, Body Focus. I have to know about this now more. Okay. About us. Let's learn. Come on, take me to the thing. I want to know what this is all about. Foundation in 1991, health-related human service organization dedicated to supporting 1 in 20 individuals experiencing body-focused repetitive behavior, BFRBs, through advocacy, awareness, connection, educational or health education, celebration, and equitable access to effective behavior treatments. Are diagnosed quickly. Wait, I just want to know more about this. Okay. Well, I guess. I just wanted this. So this is a real organization. .org. Anywho, didn't know there was a whole just entire foundation. That means that people are employed by them, because I think foundations actually have full-time employees. Anyway. An advocacy group for people of this condition, common repetitive behavior, nail biting. Research published on Wednesday in the JAMA Dermatology found that the appropriate approach called habit replacement may reduce the behavior. While the new techniques, which involve genuinely rubbing your fingertips, palm, or the back of your arm at least twice a day, didn't help anyone, about 53% of people in the study said that they at least improved compared to about 20% of the people in the controlled group. The rule is just to touch your body lightly, said the study author Stefanov Moritz, head of clinic neuropsychology, working at a medical United States. Yeah, my God, dude, I'm falling apart here. I was nailing this for a little bit at the University of Medical Center Hamburg Efton in Hamburg, Germany, where the hamburger was invented. You should have to, anytime you bring up Hamburg, Germany, have to say that afterwards, where the hamburger was invented, and then continue. If you're stressed or you might be perform a movement faster, but it's not with more self-applied pressure. Okay, the study considered proof of concept research. Early research needs further confirmation. Still, experts have the results were encouraging. Okay, and then it just talks about the fucking study they did. So that's pretty fascinating. And having to stay mindful is definitely the biggest help about that. Because we all do shit. I think even if you're not like picking or poking yourselves, you do some kind of thing when your brain goes into autopilot, or it's like a comforting thing. You know, people like there's some people who like bounce their leg. I'm one of those people. I've been trying to fight it a lot lately, but yeah, I bounce my leg constantly, and it really, really annoys a lot of people, which I get. It can be very annoying to just have someone bouncing their leg. I'm just a fidgety person in general. Like at my girlfriend's house, she has this coffee table that has like these iron bars that are running across it, like in an X form, and I just sit there and try to grab it with my toes all the time. Like I try to use my feet as hands and grab this coffee table for no fucking reason. There's no need to do it, and I don't even know I'm doing it sometimes until she points it out. And that's just my body. I don't know if I'm just that fidgety of a person, but I can't sit still that long, so I have to start doing something. I don't even know if I'm doing it. I'm watching TV, not being on my phone, and just fucking around and doing. I've been doing stuff like that since I was a kid, though. Like used to just. I remember sitting next to the coffee table that had like actual drawers, and I would sit there and turn the knob because I could feel it loosening and unloosening. While I watch TV, I would just sit there and spin the knob and just like unscrew it and screw it back in constantly, which probably made why that handle was always so fucking wobbly, because I wouldn't leave it the fuck alone and probably just wore out the grooves of where that screw went into that wood knob. Yeah, never told anybody about that one. I'm not going to go down as the one who ruined the family coffee table. Not me. Wow. What a episode, you guys. I know it's a little short, but hey, what a good one it was. We rambled on about too much stuff, that's for sure. This is probably the weirdest one yet. Actually, it's not. It's not even close to the weirdest one yet. I don't even know why I'm trying to talk myself into thinking that this was a weird episode. It wasn't. It was really fun, and that's why I want to thank you guys for listening to Not Worth the Time. And if you like this show, you should head over to punandgame.com, where you can find our whole catalog of shows. You can find Not Worth the Time. You can find Who Gives a F. Myself and Nathan talk every week. You can find the back catalog of all our past shows, like The Grove or The Empty Parlor. Go check out all those, you guys. And then while you're on the Pun and Game website, don't forget to go to the Pun and Game shop and get yourself a t-shirt or hoodie to represent your favorite shows here at punandgame.com. And don't forget to use promo code NWTPOD. That's NWT Pod, and they get you free shipping at checkout. Also, guys, check out youtube.com. Comic Wade Taylor is what you need to search in the bar. Hit subscribe, and then you get access to the video versions of this podcast and Who Gives a F and my stand-up, Comic Wade Taylor on YouTube. Go do that. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. Guys, this has been Not Worth the Time. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do.